Hello YouTube fans, this is TheSkullKlown. Just doing a just talking video. Just chilling, you know. You guys want to chill and everything like that, just talking, relaxing and shit like that. Alright, cool. You know, my channel is mature, so any youngies should not be here at all. Like, literally not. So I'm just watching a GTA, well, I'm just watching a YouTuber talk about GTA. Rockstar Games' downfall has begun. ... 1998 to 2002. I set the title so you can either write it down or type it down and find the video. So, excuse me. So anyway, let me ash this so I don't have to smoke and waste it. You know, but alright, I'm just chilling, just shooting the shit. So yeah, do anything around the house. Listen to headphones. It doesn't matter. I'm just babbling, just talking. So, so if you hear quiet, sorry. So I'm just thinking and other stuff. So, anyways, there's a lot of stuff with you know how the fans are with Grand Theft Auto, with Grand Theft Auto 5 online and everything like that. Shit's fucked up, man. Shit's really crazy. Rockstar brought this upon themselves, to be quite honest. They brought them upon themselves. So I recently watched the Batman movie. Really good. I thought Robert Pattinson was really good. And I think he's one of the best Batmans, you know. Probably, I mean, we'll see for the other movie. When the series ends, we'll see. But right now, he's doing good, you know. And I think they're planning to do a series of, like, movies, like Harry Potter type shit. And if that's the case, if that's true, I'm up for it. I'm up for it. We do need, we've been desperately needing a Batman series, Batman movie series like that. In my opinion. Why wouldn't we? Most people are like, oh, but look at the Christopher Nolan trilogy. I'm like, but that's just 3 movies. Look at the Harry Potter movies. You think there's just 3 movies? Fuck no. You can't skip any one of them. You can't. You know? It's almost like what I said a long time ago. It's like people are stupid. Like, it's almost like when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm just like, people are stupid if they're just going to go straight to Kingdom Hearts 3, or you just play 1, 2, and 3. You're going to be fucking confused. That's like watching the Harry Potter movies, or you only watch 1, and then you saw the last 2 movies. I'm just like, what? You saw Sorcerer's Stone, you know, Philosopher's Stone, and then all of a sudden, Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. And it's like, are you serious? You didn't even watch the 3rd one. You just watched a 2-parter of a finale. Oh, shit. It's some fucking crazy shit, man. I am playing through Persona 5. Shin Megami Tensei 5. I am playing through Persona 5 also, but it's Persona 5S. You know what's funny? Look at the Persona 5S. Actually, I have it here. Look at the Persona 5S logo. Look at it. Most people are like, what do you want me to look at? What exactly want me to look at? It actually says PS5. They did that on purpose. I'm saying that they did that on purpose. You could be like, but so I love this fucking cover. Did I mention how much I love this cover? This cover is badass. This game recently, you know, got made a million sales worldwide, and congratulations for Atlas. Congratulations to the fan base that loves Shin Megami, and congratulations to this game, to be quite honest. And I kind of felt like I make that happen because I bought this in GameStop. I didn't bought this at a mom and pop store because I wanted to give Atlas my money, which is more what I can say for Square Enix. And Rockstar, definitely Rockstar. I'm completely done with them. Completely. And again, going back, if that whole bully situation is true, they are sitting on money and they are spitting at the fans' faces, literally, just by having that shit under their ass. What are you waiting for? If that game is really true, if Bully 2 is really a thing, why are you holding it? Why are you holding it? Because you don't have the online feature or some shit? Now, I'm not saying it's 100% true, okay? I'm just saying from what I've heard. But if that is true, it's like, what the fuck? It's stupid as fuck. It's one of the stupidest things from what I could think in gaming. It's probably, if there was a list of 20 or 50 things that stupid things about gaming or what happened in gaming, then that would be it. So, and I didn't see no trailers for this game at all. Didn't saw no commercials or anything like that. I am in the second map of this game, so I'm almost done with it. I heard there's like 4 maps, so technically I am kind of almost done with it. So I do want to get my more honest review on it. I won't, obviously I haven't beaten it, but I'll give you from what I've had for right now. This game is fun. I like the mechanics, actually. It is hard because if you don't know what you're doing, or you fuck up, or something happens, like when you fuck up, you would die. So anyone that doesn't like turn-based, do not get this game because all you're going to do is literally press auto and literally the enemy is going to fucking kill you. This game is not like that. The game does not want you to press auto. The only time you can press auto is literally if you're higher level than them or equal level for them to beat you. Now I understand if you're new to this and you're young, because when my first Shin Megami Tensei game was actually Soul Hacker, and I never beat it, but it was a good game. I never gotten that far either. Hell, I never gotten as far as me as literally fusing monsters. Literally, that's how far I never got into the game, guys. But I love that game. For a game that I barely even played, but I played a lot of it because I grind my ass off in that game. And I was young, so I didn't really know what to do all that much. So, and it was new, so I was into something that I wasn't really, familiar to, and I liked it though. I liked it the way the monsters look and everything like that. The story, from what from what I remembered, wasn't like terrible, So, and the battle mechanics was actually good. You can actually have like monsters in the front and then monsters in the back, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. So the game literally is gives you an option to collect more monsters. To be quite honest, from what I remember, yeah, you can have those background monsters, or is it like you switch those monsters if you want to? I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a while, but I just wanted to go back to the series, and 5 recently came, so there we go. I was gonna get the other ones, like 4, and maybe Apocalypse or something like that, just for the fuck of it. But these games are expensive as fuck, and I'm like, why? Why? $40 is literally for games like look. Old games should not be literally 100 and thousands of dollars, but it is. It is for whatever fucking goddamn reason. It's plastic. I hope you know. You putting money, $1,000 money on plastic. You look stupid as fuck. You do. You do. You do. Okay? Kind of loud. Other extraterrestrials would be like, you paid $60 for plastic? when you really crack down to it, sorry to hurt you guys for that. Why did you do that? Sorry. But hey, man. Hey, shit happens. Shit happens. I mean, people that drive cars, you drive something that can literally kill somebody if you're not careful, or you also polluting the air. That's not your fault. I'm not blaming you or anything like that. You know, it's just a thing. So this game, it's kicked my ass more than once that I like to admit, and I don't like that. But it's not a bad game. I mean, a lot of people are mixed with it because of the story. Yo, to be quiet, look, I'm seeing this game in a spiritual third eye enlightenment way, since I'm grounded with nature, I've since I ground myself with nature and stuff like that. What time is it, by the way? Because I gotta remind myself to meditate later. Okay. Alright. So, this game is fun. Some people don't like the story, but from for kind of loud, the reason I even picked up this game is because the story in the back, the basically the clash between gods and humans, basically, and that's why I grabbed it. And yes, it would be more epic and everything like that, and you think it would be a different type of thing, but overall, I'm still having fun with it. The monsters that you talk to are fucking hilarious, and there's certain things that the monsters want you to do. It was like that in the other Shin Megami Tensei games, but in this game, it feels like they got more comfortable for some reason. Of like, I don't know, so something different about the one in Soul Hackers, and then this one. Hey, maybe they just want to make it all different, and that's fine. That is fine, and that's the thing. Some people might not like the story, and that is fine. But at least the gameplay is good, and it's different from all the other ones. But most people might not like it, and that is fine. But again, going back, I don't see it as entertainment. It is a fun game, but I should not talk about it in an enlightenment way here. But it is really good. So, anything else I could talk about this game though? The mapping is genius. I thought it was great. Those little Nemogs that you get, those little creatures that you get, are like awesome. They're little, they're cool. And then this little fairy that you got here, obviously, just mostly inspired by every fairy that's um in Zelda, obviously. Hey, listen, over here, over here. Yeah, you're gonna hear that a lot in this game. And if you don't like, and if you didn't like that Legend of Zelda, you might not like that here. Me, I don't care. I just make fun of it. Hey, listen, and I'm like, people getting tortured. It's like, shut the fuck up. That's what amuses me. It's like, really, guys? And remember, it's a game. Is it that annoying? To me, it's not. But for some people, it is degrading for them. And I guess, hey, man, I can't blame you, I guess. There's things that do that to me, too, I guess. So, and just the fact that people are mixed with the story is kind of sad, in my opinion. Because, look, I get it. Even though I didn't beat the game, I get it, because in the beginning part, you really are not knowing much of these characters. And that's a problem. That is a problem. For crying out loud, you got a fucking femboy. This cover looks badass. It does. But he looks like a fucking chick, dude. Like in game, it looks like a fucking chick. I mean, this is what he really looks like. And I'm like, how come you can't play as him? Or probably as him, because that's cool. Maybe he just uses his power. I mean, fuses with him and just stays like him or something like that. Or something changes. I don't know. Oh, how about this? Just shorten his hair. I don't know. Do something. Or spike it up a bit or something. I don't know. Do something with his hair. Or make us customize him or some shit like that. That would be dope. Because in Shin Megami Tensei Apocalypse, you can, when you have equipment on you, they show on you. And most people don't like that. I love that. I love it. So, anything else? Anything else I could talk about in this game? The grind is, to be quite honest, guys, most people might say that no, the grind is basically how Shin Megami Tensei is, and yes, that is fine. That is fine. Look, the grind for this game is completely old school compared to Dragon Quest One. Most people are like, oh. To be honest, the first Shin Megami Tensei game, from what I've heard, is grindy as fuck. So it's probably more grindy than the first Dragon Quest. And it's funny, from what I can remember in Final Fantasy, I don't remember the grinding being that bad. But it's on the original Super Nintendo. I don't remember being it that bad. But is it bad? No. Is it bad? Yeah. But is it Dragon Quest bad? No. Is it Shin Megami Tensei bad? From what I've heard, no. From what I've seen and all that, from what I've heard from the grind and shit, I'm like, oh, no. And then you have monsters that will decrease your fucking level. Are you stupid? Why would you develop that crap? That is dumb. That is dumb. At that point, to me, you know what that told me? That told me that you stole my money. And also, that also told me that you want me to... It's just padding. There's no reason for you to put that shit. There isn't. There's no reason to. And I'm not saying there is in this game, but from what I've heard in previous games, I'm like, oh, then what's the point of playing those games if I'm going to play that? I'm dead serious. They're all remakes and all that stuff, which is different, but I'm talking about the originals. It's like, it's not worth it, to be quite honest. It is not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. That type of grind, that type of stupid gameplay, I mean, not gameplay, stupid decision of lowering your level from an enemy, that's the enemy's power, lowering your fucking level. Better than that, let's have an enemy that hits you and literally levels you all the way up to level 1. Let's have that enemy. How about that? Why stop there? Why stop there? Have a monster that literally takes away all your items, all your abilities, and all your level ups, all at the same time. How about that? How about that? Most people like, don't give them ideas, but you know what? At this point, they just rather fuck up the player. Not to say that never changed, like I said, at this point, basically. But the reason I mention that is because this game is grindy, and look, I'm a level grinding holic. I am. But I'm getting older. I'm like I'm going to be 29. That's, most people like, that's nothing. But guys, you don't know how level grinding is. If you never experienced the hardship, if you never pushed yourself, look, that's the thing. I have pushed myself to level grinding to the point that it hurt. Basically, it's dangerous. Basically, it is. It's dangerous. Don't do that. Don't. You'll kill yourself. Okay? Never do that. That's why I told myself I'm not gonna do that as much in this game, because I'm fighting bosses that are level 32. I'm level 34. I'm level 34. One boss is level 32, and I'm hitting him like everyone calls it a sponge, and I'm just like, yes, it is. The bosses are like sponges when I hit them. I'm level 34 and you're level 32. I get it, but I'm like, do I need to be level 40 or 50 to defeat you? What does the game expect me to do, or am I doing something wrong? That's what kept me guessing from this game. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Because I got everything, I leveled up and everything like that. I beat the Hydra on my second try, almost beat him on my first try, but I died, and that was fine. But literally, his health was this almost gone. Yo, that yeah, that was terrible. I was like, ah. That's why I went back again. You know, I did run around. I think I grinded like twice, but I didn't level up at all. So I just went there because I was like, fuck it, let's go. And then I beat him. So it was fun figuring it all out with the first boss of the Hydra. Many people literally have said, from what people have said that they couldn't pass the Hydra, and I'm like, I passed them on my second try. I think it was easy. I almost passed them on my first try. I'm like, holy shit, this boss is actually really cool. He's teaching me the mechanics, and he's actually not hard. He's actually easy. But people died here? People got stuck here? This was the wall for them? Oh, okay. The wall for me later on was just when the game just decided, oh, yeah, that level thing that you decide to do, yeah, fuck it. Boom. But I'm level 34. And the boss is level 32. Doesn't matter, bitch. Keep grinding. I'm like, no. I'm not going to. I don't have to do that in Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy. I'm dead serious. I never had to. I never fucking had to. Mainly because I hate to admit, because this game, grind-wise or fighting-wise, is still fun. But in those games, grinding is literally unthinkable. Like, you don't think about it. And then all of a sudden, you're like in level 10 or 5, basically, depending who you are. In my opinion, this is just me as the gamer that plays it. But here, you pay attention to your level up because you're like, because it's the most important thing about you, because your stats grow. Yes. And there's other things in the game that, you could make yourself stronger and everything like that too. And you can make a great build of monsters. I know I have a great build of monsters. My monsters are not weak. My monsters are not terrible. They're good. They are. They're really good and they're up to date, basically, as I always do. Some monsters that I do wish I can keep more than others. Jack Frost and Jack-O-Lantern. I mean, come on. Really? I gotta get rid of those brothers? Literally. They're actually brothers. They are brothers. Not like brothers like Carbon. I'm not saying that. I'm like, literally, they're brothers canon in the series, from what I've heard. And if that's true, yo, that's cool. Mainly because of that game, Jack Brothers. And I'm like, that game should be remade. That looks fun as fuck. That looks really fun. Yo, Atlas, if you hearing this, remake it. And don't fuck it up. Have all the brothers there. All of them. Just remake it, dude. It's not that hard. It really isn't that hard. Don't be stingy with that shit. Right? People want to complain about Persona 6 and other, Persona 5 on Switch and everything like that. Oh, I'm not getting this if there's no Persona 5. I'm like, fuck you. Persona 5, oh, fuck you. Like, stop being a child. Ask them for other games that deserve to be remade, like Jack Brothers. That game deserves to be remade. I'm sure they will listen and do it. Instead of you guys being like, Persona 6, Persona 5 on Switch. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You're making yourself look bad. You're making the people that like this series look bad. And you're making the company kind of look bad. To be quite honest. Because they looking at you and they're like, is this the whole fan base? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. And I've been an Atlas fan forever. I just never played their mainline games like Shin Megami and Persona. I play their other shit that they release. I'm like, oh cool, Atlas made this. Oh cool, Atlas made this. Or sometimes I think a game Atlas did make, but they didn't. That sometimes happens. You know it happens to you. You know it happens to you. Don't say that doesn't happen to you. You never got a game that thought was an Atlas game, then you saw the freaking company's name, and you're like, oh, never mind. I'm sorry. Come on, that's happened to us a lot. Why? Because many companies looked at Atlas and they were like, we can actually do that. A lot of people kind of imitate more Atlas than Square and other companies. To be quite honest, you can't blame them because they're good. They're good at what they do, you know. And yes, again going back, some people might not like the story about this, but there's other Shin Megami Tensei games that people don't like the story. Like, oh, this story is terrible. Okay, see me a fucking see me a fucking fitter. From what I've heard, the fourth one of the second one, like Apocalypse, I heard that story is bad, but the gameplay is great. Is that gonna stop me buying the game? No. But the thing is, the game is expensive. That's what's putting me off buying that game. I'm like, no. These games need to be these games need to be cheaper, man. This is somehow need to be like. And then ever since this whole shit happened, pandemic happened, everything's went up too, especially food. You ever noticed that? If you haven't, then you know what? But it's some shit that that's fucking happening. But I have heard that Atlas is kind of fucking over Persona fans right now with the happy anniversary Persona fans. I always wanted to get into the series. I am playing Persona 5S, which some people might say that's not you should not get into that on the bat, but I don't care. However I get into the series is how I get into the series. And if you don't like the one that I get into the series with, it does not fucking goddamn matter. I got into the series. Be fucking happy. Oh, cool. He played 5. Hopefully he can play 3 or 4. Have you thought of that? No? Oh no, because everyone wants to be a little niche thing, like Persona 4 group, Persona 5 group. But then come together and hate on other groups. The fuck's wrong with you? Huh? Huh? I'm supposed to be part of that? No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm mature enough to have my own table. Right? The table that I'm sitting is a seat for one. And it has everything that I like, that I enjoyed, and see in a different light. Like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest. You know? People hate on Kingdom Hearts because the way it is. Not just the Disney shit, but just because all the story and everything like that. It's funny because if I told you that Kingdom Hearts was real, you'd be like, oh, see a therapist. Even though Final Fantasy is real. And Dragon Quest. Don't fuck with me. Also, all those monsters that you see in Shin Megami Tensei, they're real too. Right? And you will agree with that because all those things that you will see, you'll be like, yeah, those are real. No one's not going to argue with me with the Shin Megami Tensei stuff. I know they're not. Because the people that are into that stuff see it and they that's how they got into the series, and some of them really like it, and some of them got introduced to some of that stuff. For crying out loud, there's Bahamut, there's Baphomet in this game, in this game, and other games. And people want to get offended of that, but if you look at it in a other viewpoint, in a spiritual way, in an enlightenment spiritual way, it's literally a mixture of a male and female, and nature, which means nothing. It just shows the duality. That's what it is. And then you see the statue, the ones that doesn't have women's breasts. That is the one that is wicked. Why? Is because they're trying to hide the fact they're trying to get rid of the feminine. Basically, you can't have a baby without a female. That's the whole point. Every time you see a Bahamut without titties, they trying to get rid of the woman, basically. All right, that's basically it. right? So anyone getting offended of that too, I'm just like, there's no reason to. There's plenty of monsters in here that people might get offended. Like, there's no reason to, you know? There's succubuses, incubuses in here. Yeah, man, they're all real. They're all real. There's even a Mothman in this game, man, and he looks adorable. He reminds me of Mothra. He does. Reminds me of Mothra. In the description, the lore of these monsters are great. I love it. That's why I love this game, man. That's why I got into this series back, man. I started looking at some videos and then I started hearing the lore. I'm like, oh, what the? Where? This shit with this government shit is about to end, and I just got into this series now. Fuck. Damn. Are you serious? Oh, you know what? Forget it. To be honest, it makes sense because I've grown, and I found out some of that stuff that's in Shin Megami Tensei is literally from literally my culture, like from my people. It is. Some people might disagree because of the whole religious stuff, but it's still, no matter what you think of it, it's still part of carving peoples, basically. It is, and that's not a spiritual and enlightenment thing. That's literally an accurate thing. History, basically. I'm giving you history, accurate history of what we are and what we not practice. I don't want to say that. Of what we did, what we put out there, basically, of showing people of from our future relatives and everything like that. That's why we have ancestors. So again, that's not even a spiritual thing. That's just thinking and being, I don't know, a person, and not getting offended of certain things and looking at it truthfully, to be honest, and not being like, I'm offended because they have horns. Okay, so does a bull. Are they evil? No. Okay, then shut the fuck up saying that a goat is evil just because it has horns. The fuck? That's how you know you don't understand. And then they promote it as evil. Anything that they promote as evil is literally us. It's us. It's us. It's always going to be that darkness. It's always going to be that darkness. That dark matter. Remember that, guys. Remember that. For some of my people and some of my subscribers that just want to learn, Again, that's not even part of a spiritual thing, in my opinion. It's just a common. It should be like a common knowledge when you grow. For certain people that grow and know at least thyself, I guess. So maybe it is a type of that, but I don't really think of it. I just think of it as like, again, growing as a person, So that's really it. Anything else I could talk about? I do want to smoke a little bit, but who knows? Let's see some stuff here. To be quite honest, I have heard there's going to be a Godzilla versus Kong movie, a second one. If that's true, yes, yes, because I love Godzilla versus King Kong. Well, Kong. I love it. I have seen the original, and the original put a smile on my face. I was just sitting there watching it, like, I would have loved the shit out of this as a kid. Yes, this is a classic. I love it. Godzilla hitting Kong, like literally two guys in suits beating the shit out of each other. I love it. Thank you for giving me that. Thank you. I love you, Toho. Thank you for that. Thank you. That was amazing. That shit was amazing. And then two iconic freaking characters coming and clashing. Two titans, basically. Yeah, you see, this is why they did that. But two freaking monsters coming at each other. It was simply genius to put these two together. It's almost like when you put Freddy and Jason together. It is, how could you not put them together? Are you serious? It writes itself, to be quite honest. You know? That's just me. Some people might not like Freddy versus Jason, but to be quite honest, what did you wanted? Just Freddy and Jason just fighting each other for the rest of the movie? No story? What do you want? I don't know. Like, to be honest, the reason I kind of like the story is because they take it in a way that's kind of old school of like, oh, it's just a bunch of teenagers. You know, it kind of reminds me of like back in the 80s. But most people are not like that because it's no point. The thing is, most people might say Freddy vs. Jason is more of a Freddy movie than a Jason movie. But at the same time, it's a Friday the 13th movie disguised as a Freddy movie. Because the acting, in a way, what the humor is a Friday the 13th, basically, but it has Freddy. Making it Freddy versus Jason. When I first thought of that, I was way young when I put that together. I was like, that's actually accurate and not bad. If no one hasn't thought about that, well, then, you know, that's fine. But the fact that people go batshit angry with this movie, I'm just like, are you serious? You guys good? You guys are screaming at two iconic characters are literally fighting, which you wanted, and you're just saying it's shit? Are you high? Are you high? I understand you didn't get Kane Hodder. I understand that. But again, what pisses me off did point this out too. Other people have played Jason Voorhees besides Kane Hodder. It's just that he's the most famous one that people wanted him to play. Which, you think I don't want Kane Hodder and Robert Englund in the same fucking screen killing each other as Freddy and Jason? Hell yeah. I would love to see that shit. But we didn't get it. We didn't get it. And that's fine. That's fine. And plus, the guy that did play Jason, didn't he play Jason in another movie? I think he played him in Manhattan, right? And when he was in Friday the 13th, Jason in New York. It could be gone. Maybe he was in another one. But, I don't know. I thought he did fine, to be quite honest. Could he do better? Yeah. To be quite honest, I think he'd do better. In my opinion, he's not my favorite Jason. I like the look. The look looks great. I love the look. Everything else, like he got the walk down. He has the kill stuff down, you know, but something's off. I just feel like something's off. Other than that, it's fine. It is just fine. Maybe people are right. Maybe it's just it's not Kane Hodder. Maybe that's it. Maybe it is that. I don't know. You guys tell me. If you guys feel that way still, then that's fine. You know? And the thing is, too, it's not like we can't still have that. Most people are like, what are you talking about? What if we actually have an animated Freddy vs. Jason? But most people are like, Kane Hodder still won't be in it. Make him do the grunts. Let him do it. Let him do it. I don't care. Seriously, do it. I don't give a fuck. Most people are like, I hate you. But you come back, don't you? No. That's just a thing. It doesn't really have to happen, guys. It's not like, but that would be funny. I wouldn't mind, but I think Jason and Freddy deserve a comeback. For crying out loud, man. Like, how many times Michael has come back? Like, Leatherface came back. Despite what people say about his movies, he always is coming back. And look at Chucky. Chucky literally hasn't fallen. The original series is still continuing. He has the crown. Michael lost his crown. I'm sorry, he did. He lost his crown. He lost his crown. I don't give a fuck what no one says. He lost his crown. He lost his crown. Hey, you can disagree with me all you want, but hey, at least he didn't lose his crown. No. But Leatherface, man, he lost his crown a long time ago. He lost it when Michael Myers came to the scene, to be quite honest with you. I'm dead serious. He lost it a long time ago. He did. He lost it a long time ago. And he never gained it back. I'm sorry. He never did. He never did. He never gained it back after the original, to be quite honest. He never did. I love the second Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a nice little, horror comedy, to be quite honest. And I like that it's different from the original, to be quite honest, because I don't want the same thing. When we really think about it, do you really want the same thing? You know, that's why you look at some of these Leatherface movies, and you'll be like, more of the same, and that's fine. But could we get something else or something like that? But how far can you go with Leatherface at the same time? You're not gonna put him in space. From what I've heard, they might put Michael Myers in space. Please don't do that. Please don't. Please don't. 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 I won't watch the movie if you do. Jason in space worked because Jason's a badass, to be quite honest. And he will work anywhere, to be quite honest. He does. If you have Jason inside the sun, like inside, not outside, but inside the sun, he will literally and there was people in it, he will literally that could be a whole other movie. You could put Jason anywhere, in my opinion, man. Put him in the Ice Age or some shit like that. Like give him some origins and give some ancestors, Seriously, man. You mean to tell me Jason doesn't have ancestors that did the same thing that he did? Come on. Come on. Come on. Family members that did the same thing. Maybe he wasn't like the exact thing, like what he is, but they did probably something similar, Because if you look at some of the Jason Voorhees stuff of how he grew up or how his family is, for crying out loud, man, his mama used the Book of the Dead from Evil Dead to bring him back. Yeah. And if you watch Freddy's Dead, those ghost things, those little faces, what they call sperms, literally. Their faces actually look like almost a Necronomicon book. That's just me. When I saw that as a kid, I'm like, why does that look familiar? Then I saw the Necronomicon book, and I'm like, oh, that's why it looked familiar. Something to think about. Something to think about. Now, is it true? Probably not. But when you look at it side by side, you be like, there's a kind of resemblance. And I think they're all two. Isn't there two Evil Dead books? So one is different, the other one looks different too. But one of them does look similar to the other. I think it was the first Evil Dead book. So, which makes sense because that one is a classic. The second one is barely remembered. I didn't even know that there was a second book that looked different. Okay. Or is it the same book that just has a different skin on it because he time traveled or some shit? I don't fucking know. This doesn't even. I don't even understand the Evil Dead series. To be quite honest, I feel like it's just horror fun. It doesn't take place in anywhere. That's just me. That is just me. I know in Bride of Chucky, people saw Leatherface's chainsaw, but what if that was Ash's chainsaw? Isn't Ash's chainsaw red? And we saw that, and isn't that chainsaw in Bride of Chucky red too? Something to think about. Something to think about. I know people want to point out Leatherface, but how badass would it be if it was Ash? But most people are like, oh, but wouldn't you put a shotgun right next to the, the chainsaw? You're right. You're right. I feel you. I feel you. It's true. True. Oh man, it's just the horror fan in me, man. I love it. And if you ever heard about cosmic horror is great. Cosmic horror is beautiful, and it's real. It's actually a real thing. Some people want to be like, yeah, okay, yeah, all right. I would look at you like, okay, there's a reason why they call it cosmic horror. Or there's a reason why they call it cosmic. But there's so many stuff about that stuff. Yeah, you still see in movies actually. Not as much. It'd be cool if they did take the cosmic horror stuff and made it into movies because that's something that is missing in horror. We really don't have a lot of Cthulhu movies in a way, and all that mythos, in my opinion, of his family, ancestors, and all that shit. So that's just me. So let's see, what to do, what to do, what to do. What time is it? Well, not time, most likely. Well, it is 45 minutes. Maybe I could go a little bit longer. I'll go for probably 59 minutes. A little bit more. So, what else could I talk about? I haven't watched South Park in a while. I'm just looking at the game, The Fractured Butthole. I do really hope the next game is a 3D game. Have you seen the opening for that new South Park show? I mean, I remember when I first saw it, I was just like, could that be the next game? I want the next game to look exactly like that. Please. Please. It will look completely badass. And I would you guys want a 3D South Park game, right? Even I do. Even these guys did, most likely. So why not have it? Why not do it? You could still make the characters 2D. They're perfectly fine what the way you make them. Just make everything else 3D. It's perfect. It's genius. It's great. Some people might be like, "Oh, but the characters are not 3D." I don't care. I don't care. It looks great. Don't don't fix anything that's not broken. It's fine. It looks perfectly fine in my opinion. It does. It looks perfectly fine. Make that South Park's freaking Simpsons hit and run game. Literally, man. Seriously, make South Park hit and run if you have like I don't know what you're gonna call it, but hell, who knows? Maybe it will be called Grand Theft South Park. Maybe it will be called that. What would the next game be called? They can call it 3D South Park. I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know what they will call it. You guys tell me what they will call it. So let's see. Excuse me. Let's see. I haven't watched Did You Know Gaming in a fucking long time. I have to change my controller, but I'm so lazy right now. Where you don't want to stand up. It's up on you, on the super bottle. Okay. Let's see. Square Enix. Do not fuck up Final Fantasy IX Remake. You son of a bitch. Do not fuck it up. If you fuck it up, no, you actually are gonna fuck it up. But if you fuck it up, I'm not gonna get the game, to be quite honest. Because I don't trust you at all to make this game a fucking awesome. What? No. Just no. Just no. I can't. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I lost all respect for you. I don't trust you with this shit. Back then, if it was back then, I don't know. I don't know what I because forget it, man. I don't know. Just no. Just no. 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 I think it's terrible. It's a terrible idea. It's a fucking terrible idea. They just capitalizing. They literally are capitalizing on the fans of Final Fantasy IX. They don't give a fuck about Final Fantasy IX. If they did, they'd still be doing the medieval shit. And the turn-based shit. So don't fuck with me with that shit. If Shin Megami Tensei and Dragon Quest can still do it, why not Final Fantasy? Go fuck yourself. There's no fucking excuse. There is no fucking excuse. And I'm talking to Sqawn. I'm not talking to the fans or the people that get butthurt because of fucking turn-based. Go screw yourself. I'm talking to Sqawn. Shit. There's no fucking reason. There's no reason. No reason for you to... There's no reason for you to fuck this game up. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Because I saw a cutscene with Vivi and that looked beautiful as fuck. It turns out that's real. That's a real thing. And I'm like, what? And that's probably on PS5. Then that's how I know I'm not going to get it. Because it's on PS5. I don't have the PlayStation 5. I don't care of getting the PlayStation 5. I told you guys, I'm skipping this generation of consoles. Fuck this generation of consoles. They're not showing me why should I fucking get it. Why? They remade Final Fantasy 9, a classic that I fucking beloved. I'm not getting it. Why will I get it? I don't care. I don't trust them. I would never trust them. They don't deserve my trust. They don't. After everything that they did. Not just the Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 7. I didn't even fucking play Final Fantasy 7. I played the demo and that shit, I got bored. And I was done with it. Okay? Seriously. They fucked up Final Fantasy 7. They fucked up Dissidia. And Dissidia was fucking fire. Don't get me, don't say it wasn't. They fucked up Kingdom Hearts. And Kingdom Hearts was fucking fire too. The people that know what the fuck gameplay was in Kingdom Hearts 2. And if you still talk shit about Kingdom Hearts, then you don't know what Kingdom Hearts was. You didn't even play a Kingdom Hearts game. And if you have, then you suck. You just suck at playing Kingdom Hearts games. Or maybe you just hate the story that much. Dude, it's just a fucking video game. And yet you dedicate your whole life hating it. Congratulations. You wasted your whole life getting mad at a game that you shouldn't fucking get mad at. Because a few people either like it. But yeah, you want to get mad at them. Instead of maybe going and finding other options of you to play games, man. Fucking garbage shit. That's my opinion about it. Like, what kind of mindset is shit? That's garbage mindset, man. Like, play something else. Stop talking about your negative shit. Because no one doesn't care. No one doesn't care. Why would anyone want to be surrounded by that? Or even be subscribed to that shit? Nah, man. Fuck that shit. Seriously. Like, it's fucking sad. So, and then when it comes to Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 9 is a masterpiece. It has its flaws, but Final Fantasy 9 is one of the best Final Fantasy games of all time. If you tell me it is not, you are lying. Final Fantasy 9 is Final Fantasy. Okay? It's the Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 4 is not the Final Fantasy. I'm sorry. It never will be. Okay? It never will be. That game is good, but it never will be like Final Fantasy 9. Okay? Now, I don't hate Final Fantasy 4. And anyone that likes Final Fantasy 4, go, love it. I'm not hating on that. I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying how I feel about Final Fantasy 4 and Final Fantasy 9. That's it. I love Final Fantasy 9, man. I went through that shit like it was nothing. Once I was done with one disc, I kept going because I wanted to continue. I wanted to know more. I laughed, I cried, I smiled. I spent so much time with these fucking characters. Square's gonna fuck it up, make a half-ass game, like they're doing with Final Fantasy VII, and then you're gonna have some fucking idiots that never played Final Fantasy IX. Even though there's already options for you to play Final Fantasy IX, it's actually on the Switch. So is the original Final Fantasy, and the original so is the original Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII. They both on the Switch. You can get it and play them, and I'm going to get them too. That should I don't know. I made a video game list of games I want to get. I don't know why I didn't add that into my list, because I've been trying to get those for a while, and you may not find that in stores. You probably need to get it online, but it's so well worth it. Because those games are actually good. They're good. If you're going to hate on Final Fantasy VIII, I don't give a fuck what you said. The whole junction system is pretty good. Right? If you know what you're doing, you are a beast. You are a beast. Okay? Seriously. And the whole thing, that what they did with the remaster was great, in my opinion. Most people don't like the graphics or what the characters look. I understand that a little bit. But everything else is fine. I understand the whole blurriness and some characters not looking what they look like. Some characters still look like their PS1 models, and I'm like, oh, there's the fucking care. Fuck you, man. That type of shit, I'm just like. But, you know, at least they're not fucking up with the original in a way. It's just they porting it and maybe adding, like, speed and everything like that, and maybe stuff they didn't add in the game, and that's fine. Kind of like what you saw in the Chrono Cross stuff. So I am going to get that. I do have the original Chrono Cross, so there you go. So there's no complaints for you to play Final Fantasy IX, and for you to look at the remake when that ever comes out, maybe 20 years from now. When the PlayStation 5's lifespan is done and we got PlayStation 6, by that time, to be honest, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, we're not going to make it around that time. Right? And in my opinion, these wicked people, they won't be here. They won't be here for that long. They're not being. They won't be for that long. There's something I need to tell you guys. At nighttime, I've been seeing red, like in the sky, when it's literally pitch black. Red, like apocalypse red. I'm not fucking with you. Okay? I can't show it on camera because it won't show on camera. Because it's not a bright red. It's a literally tint. It's a tint. You can see it with your eyes, basically, but on camera you won't see it. Because you're just gonna see black. But it's a small tint that you can see outside when you go outside. And also on some days it's either purple with orangey on it. Shit's happening over there. Shit's happening around us. Okay? Some people are gonna be like, why we don't see it? Would you like to know? Have you ever heard something called CGI? I'm not saying they made a hologram of the whole planet of CGI of the sky, but what is around us, yes. They showed that in some of the movies when it just shuts off and you actually see what's out there. And plus, the sky that we have, that blue sky, that's not originally all sky anyways, man. Right? the sky that we breathed made us fucking strong and powerful, and we did terrific things that you see in movies and video games, and so it's amazing. It's amazing when you find out about yourself and your people. So that's the one thing. That's the best thing about it. Always know about who your people are, man. Excuse me. So the Scott Pilgrim animated series, I haven't heard anything about it. If anything, I'll keep you guys posted. But I haven't heard anything about it. And I hope they don't cancel it. I hope they don't cancel Cuphead. Because Netflix is starting taking out some stuff. Because their budget is getting cut off. Well, they're not reaping their benefits. And it's like, dude, yeah, because you're making a lot of money on your movies, and you're only putting them on Netflix. You're not making it put it on theaters. So Netflix is wasting money on that, and now they might just cut back. So this might affect some shows. So if you see stuff that are going to look shit on Netflix, Oh, look at this. Netflix is financially in trouble. You see? Look at that. Fuck. Fuck these commercials. Oh yeah, people have unsubscribed too. Oh, and this is from Larson. I hope I'm saying his name right, but he's a good brother.
Shalom, shalom, assalamu alaikum to the family. This is the elder.
I'll put this here so you can listen in the background.
Coming to you with another
but this is about Netflix.
All praises to our Creator and our ancestors. So family, this video gonna be about Netflix. They're in big trouble. They done lost damn near 300,000-400,000 subscribers. They're losing money every day because of the competition coming from a lot of other streaming companies such as Hulu, Paramount, Disney, and this, that, and the other. I don't know how much it even costs to be on Netflix because I don't even have cable no more.
True. I have Netflix. Right. I'm still subscribed to Netflix. Hey, I'm going to die with the ship. I don't care. I don't care. To me, I don't care. I die with the ship. Because there's content that I do enjoy. Umbrella Academy? You think I'm going to watch Umbrella Academy and then jump ship? No, man. I'm going to drown with them. I'm like, oh, go with you guys. It's worth it.
My favorite programs that might be on, Netflix, cable, or this, that, and the other. I don't really spend a whole lot of money on these streaming services because I stick to YouTube. I make my videos off of YouTube, and that's it. So a lot of these companies gonna go down the drain. That's right. A lot of people been lost their job. A lot of people can't even afford no streaming services, no cable. I've been with cable because they ain't nothing but a ripoff. Charging you $100. I know some people pay $200 a month for cable to get the same goddamn programs over and over and over again. That's right. That don't even make no sense. That's why I got rid of cable. All I do is pay for my internet, and that's it. Because most of these streaming services, like Netflix, they don't play no real good movies, this, that, and the other. And if they play a good movie, they play it one time and you don't even see it no more. So Netflix is in big trouble with subscribers. They're losing money. I would love to hear your comments, how y'all feel about it. How y'all feel about cable TV and all of these different streaming services that's making a whole lot of money. Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, things happen. You got a bad economy. You know, you got this bullshit going overseas. This, that, and the other. This had this pandemic, so maybe that's the reason they're losing money. Then it was saying about some password bullshit that was going on with Netflix. I don't know too much about that. Y'all can let me know about that situation in the comment section.
Right, let me know. I know about that.
This video short. Peace and love. Put up the like and share. And stay tuned for the next video live stream. We will be doing the live stream. This is 8 o'clock Central Time tonight. So check in. If you don't get your notification, check in at 8 o'clock. No later than 8:30 tonight, family. So we definitely gonna do a live stream tonight. I want to do a roasting live stream on some of these clowns that's on YouTube disrespecting the elders. I don't go for that.
Right. Are you serious?
And you know I'm going to be ready to clap back. Peace and love. Put up the likes and shares, and I'm out.
Right. Yeah. Netflix is fucked. But the thing is, too, I want to say something, Netflix. The thing is, you have, me and my brother-in-law talk about this too, like, you make shows that people like, and then you just cancel them. You have, like, one season, and then that's it. What's wrong with you? The Dark Crystal is a good example. I love the Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance. If you haven't watched it, watch it. Watch it. Watch it. It's a prequel to the Dark Crystal, so you're not being like, oh, do I need to like continuity? No. It's a prequel, so you can watch it fine. It's so good. In all ways. Entertainment, spiritual. It doesn't, wherever variety. It's good. It's good. It has good visuals, good acting. The puppetry is phenomenal. It is good. I love the puppetry in this freaking series, man. It's good. It is so good. It's good. It's really, really good. But yet, there's no second season. Why? There's YouTube channels that literally dedicated about this series of the Dark Crystal and was waiting for the season 2, then didn't happen, and instantly killed their channel. Most people are like, that's not Netflix's fault. I know, but holy shit. Talk about, but damn. That's something that is fucked. And why you don't have the Dark Crystal on DVD? You have the Umbrella Academy season 1 and 2 on DVD, but you don't have the Dark Crystal on DVD. Why? Now that I know about this whole money stuff, we're probably really not going to get this movie. And other movies that were on Netflix. Like, I'm not saying there was not Netflix movies that are out there. They were all. But what about the ones that people are asking for? I mean, you guys let me know. You know? Who knows? Maybe someone will buy Netflix. You think? You think someone will buy Netflix? Who'll buy them? We all know who will buy them. You know. I mean, for crying out loud, the little thing is on top of my head, as you can see it. You see that little thing? See that little creature that's on top of my head? Most people are like, what are you talking about? That little picture right there, you see it? If you don't see it. If you do, I'm sorry. Sorry for repeating. But if they owned it, that'd be some shit because they started this whole thing. And the thing is, too, this is the fall of companies, to be quite honest. This is the start of companies falling, guys. I mean, it's already started anyways. Many companies have been falling. But sooner or later, you're going to start noticing other big companies falling. Sooner or later, you might see McDonald's. Or everything just close in an instant. You don't even know. Shit's crazy around here, man. And shit's about to get even crazier. Just you wait. I promise you. You're gonna see people. You're gonna see people like you never saw them before. I guarantee you. Guarantee fucking you. Alright? Alright? Let me let you know on a little secret. We live in the Truman Show. Okay? We literally do. And when you figure that out, you start noticing that you start waking up. You might be scared for a minute, or you might look at it and laugh and be like, ha. But then you start noticing, oh shit, this is real. And then that's when you know who you are. They're scared of you. And they want nothing but your suffering. So what are you gonna do? Man the fuck up? Woman up? Or lay back and let them take you? Because that's what they did to the Super Mario Brothers people. No, but in the new Super Mario Brothers movie, I'm actually intrigued with this because this movie, you guys know how I feel about the Super Mario Brothers movie. You guys know that I like it, and how Larry that I probably didn't used to be a fan of it. At first, when I first saw this movie, I was not a fan, but I grew to like it. It's one of my favorite so bad it's good movies. But when I look at it in a higher knowledge and a spiritual enlightenment way, holy fucking shit! This movie predicted 9/11. This movie told you about it, right? And other things, but this movie is genius, and this movie is not as bad as people put it out. Because there's other bad video game movies. If you compare it to Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil movie, the Resident Evil, the first movie, will win it by a mile because that movie video game is still good. It's still good. I recently watched it. It's still a badass, awesome video game movie. Alright? So. And the second one's not that bad either. I don't get the hate. It's a good video. It's a video game movie, guys. Like, what do you guys want of terms of? What do you guys want in terms of fucking goddamn story? Even people acknowledge, well, it is a video game, so have a fucking video game script. Why not? I don't give a fuck. Why wouldn't you? I don't know. That's just me. But people think that no, you shouldn't. It's a video game movie. So have a video game script, dumbass. Oh, what doesn't work in movies won't work in. What are you talking about? You grabbing the script. I'm not asking gameplay, dumb motherfucker. I'm asking script. Like Laura Croft, her adventures around the fucking thing. You can literally make a script of that. Not the whole thing of it, but just a description of it, and then make a script of it of her adventures and what levels that she goes through. You don't have to put specifically what she does. Like, oh, she did this and that. Like, come on, man. You don't have to be that specific of what she's gonna do in the stuff. Like, she could be like, I don't know, man. You don't have to be that specific. No, it's a script. You're not writing the book. You know? So there is that. The new Super Mario Brothers movie. I am looking forward to. I am looking forward to it. Some people might not be happy with the acting choice. I started dying of laughter with the laughing choice. I I laughed even more once I saw the voice actor for Donkey Kong. I died. I was like, this. If this doesn't tell people that you live in a simulation or something like that, then I don't know what to tell you. Because they literally trolled everybody. They trolled everybody and they literally told you, no, this is real. This is real. It's coming out this Christmas. Which I'm just like, I actually don't want to wait that long. Because I wish this came out during the summer. It makes sense. It's a Super Mario Brothers movie. Why are you putting it out around Christmas? It's not a Christmas movie. Fuck you. Don't make it into a Christmas movie. Don't. Don't make it into a Christmas movie. It doesn't deserve it. It doesn't need it, anyways. First of all, it's a Super Mario Bros. Movie. Don't do that. And apparently, there's toys already going to be out soon. They're already promoting it. Like, not promoting it, but like, they'll give you hints that they'll come in. Meaning that maybe around July, you're gonna actually might see more of the toys. Or you might just see some pictures before the toys come out. Which the toys will come out after the movie. Most likely, right? No, or before the movie. Is it after or before the movie? I think it's both, isn't it? Isn't it? From what I think it's both. Isn't it both? If it's not both, let me know. Let me know. Some of you guys got this. That's why I trust you guys. You guys can let me know. Because I trust you guys on this, So let's see. I might do a review of the Batman movie, but I can't. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to spoil the movie because the movie is good. It is too long, yes, but it is good. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Please watch the Batman movie. It's so good. Alright? And the guy that played the Joker, he's doing something that is, I heard, is a little bad. And I'm just like, oh, okay. You see, people, this is why your actors should not be your heroes, okay? Like, seriously, be your own hero. Come on, man. Or have a parent or something that, or have someone that really you look up to. Not someone that don't look don't look don't look up to a celebrity because they don't care about you whatsoever. Right? I'm not saying you can't like them, but they really don't care. They work for Hollywood, and Hollywood's corrupt. And yes, some of them try to expose it, but at the same time, they don't leave Hollywood because they know that either they will die for saying too much, or they just lose their power. So obviously, I mean, lose their rank basically. So obviously they're not up for that. I don't want to lose everything that I have. Look at everything I worked for, all for sucking. Yeah, all for being pretty much, and that's all the males. All the males. Now, there's some things with the whole trans stuff, but I won't get into that because I don't want people to be like, you don't know what you're talking about. But
Parts 4, Tomb Raider, Chrono Cross Remaster, Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC, Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster,
I have to watch
and
this.
Final Fantasy IX Remake.
Final Fantasy IX Remake soon, and Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered. Oh my god! Hopefully Tactics is good though.
Have in common, they're all made by a company named Square Penis.
Hey man, he said it, not me.
Yes, but no. All of these games were on a popular leak list via the GeForce Now leak a couple months ago, and 4 of them came out to being true. Many people wrote them off saying that there is no way in hell these games or this list is legit, but every couple of months we all are witnessing more proof otherwise. Recently, Kingdom Hearts 4, Tomb Raider, Final Fantasy VII Remake on PC, and Chrono Cross Remaster all got announced officially and revealed, with Final Fantasy VII Remake PC and Chrono Cross Remaster currently out and available to purchase right now. But now fans are finally realizing the true power of this list that we've been talking about for quite some time now. And the final projects listed are items that we all want so badly, among others. Final Fantasy IX Remake and Tactics Remastered both still elude us, but after Kingdom Hearts 4's announcement this past weekend, I think our time for those games are coming much sooner than we think. What's up guys, Blitz here today bringing you another video. Many people have been mentioning in the comments that Final Fantasy IX Remake on the GeForce Now list can't be real because it's possibly a mislabel, being confused with the upcoming anime of Final Fantasy IX, and labeling that as the remake instead. Well, I could believe that if, GeForce Now also had movies and TV shows on.
I forgot to make an animated series. I'm not watching it.
On their service, but guys in the comments, guess what? They don't.
Are you serious? You want me to watch it after what they did with the Wardens with you? No. 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 Hell no. Hell no. I'd rather not.
They only have games and offer games with their service and nothing more. Final Fantasy IX, the anime, is not something that's going to be included for them. This is an actual game, not to mention nothing else on this leak list remotely comes close to being a TV show or movie. So please, I just want to end those talks about that right now in the comments. Not to mention other titles have been already confirmed, along with Tactics Ogre, which recently got trademarked in Japan by Square Enix. Check the video on the top right that I posted the other day talking about that. Another thing that got trademarked are these whack-ass percentages, because only 30% of people who watch and love these videos are currently subscribed. Guys, hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss out on more updates for these games that we all know and love. The summer is coming up soon, and we got lots of titles to expect, from Final Fantasy 16 to Final Fantasy IX Remake and Tactics Remaster. There's just so much for everyone to enjoy, so join the channel today so you don't miss out on any more of the fun and get those notification bells rung. Let's get back into the video.
I am like 2 minutes and almost 3 minutes, right? And you decided to do that now. Why? A lot of YouTubers have been doing that, and the thing is too, they've been doing that with their ads too, and it's not fucking funny. It's fucking disgusting, and I'm fucking sick of it. It's fucking stupid. Just put it in the beginning of your fucking goddamn videos or the end of it. That's it. That's it. That's what I did. I didn't put it in the middle of my video just to be a dick, just to be like, oh, I'll put it here, so when people be like, oh my god, no, I gotta click on the fucking skip button. No. Give them the fucking commercial. You know, when I used to have ads, give them the fucking commercial in the beginning, or give it at the end. you know? And then I hate when, back in the day, yo, they still do that today too. Long videos, sometimes some people put ads and then they just get commercials every like 20 something minutes or some shit like that. Or it depends what it is. Their live stream at least. I don't know how long they do it, but they put commercials and it's annoying as fuck. It's just annoying.
Now, for Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster, one thing I want to notate to you guys is that this year is the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, happy anniversary, Final Fantasy Tactics. Just like the 25th anniversary of Persona. What a coincidence. I think not.
The original release date in Japan was June 20th, 1997. So this summer marks its 25th year, and we very well could be seeing more information about this very soon. I mean, we're only 2 months away from that. Whether this could be an HD 2D remaster or traditional graphic polishing remaster with cheats, I have no idea. But that is the Square Enix model, right? You know, slap some better character models on it and throw in some cheats. But I want to know what you guys think. Would you rather an HD 2D remaster of Final Fantasy Tactics, or have it retain its original look, but have it fine-tuned to be a bit more neater and polished? Lots of fans don't like how the HD 2D remasters look, so I'm curious as to what you guys think. Dragon Quest III's HD 2D looks really solid to me.
It looks beautiful. I'm getting that.
One soon. Final Fantasy IX Remake does
Definitely
not seem like it'll be a huge-scale remake as to what Square Enix is doing with Final Fantasy VII. There are no...
Of course they're not. Why would they? What I said, they already fucked it up. If you want to be true as the original, that is fine. But wouldn't it be cool to see... How can we do 07 remake? Sounds like you're trying to pick favorites, like I said. Like I said, they don't give a fuck about Final Fantasy IX. They hate what it stands for. They hate what it stands for. They hate Final Fantasy IX because they hate what it stands for. And that is what Final Fantasy is.
Spin-off titles to tie into Final Fantasy IX, and the world is pretty expanded already and retained well within one release across its 4 discs. I mean, you gotta think about it, right? Final Fantasy VII had a bunch of spin-off games, books, movies, just a whole lot of shit to go with it. And when remaking this game, they decided not to just do a shot-for-shot remake of basically the first game, but to include all the other titles into it and expand its universe, which, I'm not gonna lie, is a really good business strategy. Very, very, marvel of them, if you know what I mean. So I truly think we could be seeing Final Fantasy IX Remake have a style where the game maintains its turn-based nature, voice lines are added in, and the graphics are revamped, but still traditional top-down. Now, if it's the opposite, where it actually is a full-fledged remake and I'm completely wrong, then hell yeah, I'm also down for that too. But I could very well see it being very faithful to its original release, because the only tech issues the game had was its battle loading and slow ATB system. Then there is Tetramaster, which Triple Try is better. But one really cool thing they would add, or could add to it, would be following in the modder's footsteps and adding Beatrix in as a party member. The alternate fantasy mod, which includes Beatrix as a party member, is one of the best mods for Final Fantasy IX on PC. I have a video on how to install it, so feel free to check that out, because not only does it add Beatrix to your party, but it also changes up the game dramatically, makes it a little bit more difficult, and adds more dungeons and collectible items, and
Man, fuck Beatrix. She killed me.
and more bosses for you guys to go toe-to-toe with, which is pretty cool. So if you're a big fan of Final Fantasy IX and you want more stuff included in it, I highly recommend checking that out on Steam and checking out the video on how to install that, guys. But seriously, I think that the possibilities of what they could do with 9 Remake are endless. But the simple aspects just might be the route they take and we see them go. Because Final Fantasy IX, as far as graphics and visuals goes, was the PlayStation 1's swan song. There is a big jump in quality between Final Fantasy VII to Final Fantasy IX. So I think if they just expand on what they were able to hit with it, we're in for a good time as fans. And that wraps it up for this video, guys. What do you all think about that? Comment below and let's get a discussion going. I mean, there's many ways to go about it when it comes to remaking Final Fantasy IX, but very soon, hopefully, we'll be hearing official confirmation that...
I don't trust them. I don't trust them. If they announce they go to... I just don't trust them. I don't trust them. Hold on. Shin Megami Tensei's 5 soundtrack is badass. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.